All right, hi there everyone. My name is Brianna. I'm coming to you from Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga. I'm not at the studio per se, I'm actually in my house. So today we'll do a little tutorial on shoulder stand. So we'll warm up specific parts of the body just very briefly, and then we'll prepare for shoulder stand. I'm gonna ask you for the support of the cervical spine, it's good to have a couple blankets underneath the shoulders. Gentlemen, you may want to have an extra blanket because gentlemen tend to have broader shoulders and tighter shoulders. So 2 or 3 blankets, or if you don't have blankets, towels will work. And just go grab a few of those. And I don't think we're going to use any blocks today, but if you need a strap, if you know your shoulders are on the tighter side, go ahead and grab a strap as well. And we'll start seated just to begin. So get a comfortable seat. Nothing fancy. Take the hands, rest them on the tops of the thighs. Feel the sit bones root down. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then relax the nape of the neck. Go ahead and close the eyes. Just settling in. Just taking this moment to gain awareness what's going on the inside of the body. How the breath is moving, how the mind is today. So just doing that little shift from the external world coming to a more internal state of being. And then slowly start to wake up the breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just getting this nice rhythm, this little connection. Good. On your next inhalation, you can keep the eyes closed if you want. Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, let it out the mouth. Inhale, shrug them up towards the ears. And exhale, open the mouth. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. And then right ear to right shoulder. You half circles with the neck, chin to chest, over to the left. And then take it over to the other side, chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder. And just do a few half circles. Good, and then come on back to center, lift the chin, lift the gaze up toward the ceiling. So you get a nice throat, opening in the throat, stretch. Shrug the shoulders up toward the ears, draw them back slightly, and then down just a little bit. Good, and then come on back to center. Nice, we'll take a twist. Left hand to right knee, right arm behind the back. Inhale, lift just the chest, hug the navel in a bit, and then we'll take a slow twist. So we'll try to isolate the movement from the upper back. So it really helps if you draw the navel back some, and then you can use that left hand as a little lever to help twist the chest. Right shoulder blade, feel it slide down the back. Good, inhale, come on back. And then other side. My little dog's gonna do a shoulder stand with us. Left arm behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist. Feel the left shoulder blade slide down the back, and maybe the neck follows. Good, inhale back to center, hands to the tops of the knees, some seated cat-cows. Inhale, rock to the front of the sit bones as you lift the chest. Exhale, draw the navel back as you round the spine. Inhale, cow stretch, lift the chest. Exhale, round it in for cat. And just connect breath with movement. As you inhale, feel the shoulder blades press into the heart, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, feel the shoulder blades spread apart. So we just isolate that movement right in between the shoulder blades, the upper back. And the pelvis is moving. As you inhale, rock to the front of the sit bones. As you exhale, you rock to the back of the sit bones. So the pelvis is doing this rocking motion. Same thing with the thoracic spine. It's drawing the shoulder blades in and then spreading them apart. Good. And then come on back to a neutral spine, navel's in just a bit. Inhale, lift the arms. Gather all the energy up, seal the palms. Exhale, very mindfully draw it down the center line. Good, and then we'll come up on to hands and knees. Excuse me, little man. On hands and knees, we'll do thread the needle with the shoulders, with the arms. So if you need a blanket, grab a blanket, pad up the knees. Inhale, right arm to sky. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the body. Maybe you need a blanket or a block to support that right shoulder if it doesn't make it to the mat. Coming up on the top of the right shoulder. You can use the left hand, press into the left hand, shimmy the right shoulder under just a bit. Good, and then once you feel nice and settled here, inhale, left arm up. And then we'll take the arm behind the back, take a little half bind, spin the thumb to the back of the room, and then you can grab the lower back. Maybe you can reach the inner thigh of the right leg, rolling the left shoulder back. That's really important. We want that left shoulder to keep rolling back. And then to keep the sacrum level, hug the right hip back just a bit. Good, one more breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, left arm up. And hand comes down to the mat, press into the left hand. Inhale, right arm to sky. And then hand comes down to the mat. Good, other side. Left arm straight up. And then thread the left arm through, coming up to the top of the left shoulder. Maybe grab a blanket or a block. And then you can press into the right hand, shimmy the left shoulder under just a little bit more. Right arm to sky, spin the thumb back, and then take a half bind. Rolling the right shoulder back. Good. And breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Good, in through the nose, out through the nose. Relax the left shoulder. Good, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hand down, press into the right hand. Inhale, left arm up. And then exhale, hand comes down to the mat. Good, we'll swing the legs around and find boat pose, Navasana. So it's good for stability in this pose. The core is a big muscle group that needs to engage while we're in shoulder stand. So go ahead, lift the shins so they're parallel with the ceiling. Go ahead and grab the backs of the knees. Press like we're doing in that little cow stretch. Shoulder blades press into the heart so the breastbone is lifting. And maybe you stay here. If you want to take it, do a little more challenging, take the arms forward. And then a step further, straighten the legs. And keep lifting the chest, breathing, shaking is good. 3 more breaths. Spread the toes, lift the chest a little higher. Good, and then feet to the mat. And then you can take a forward fold. Good, inhale, come all the way back up. And we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Bring the palms together. If your shoulders are on the tighter side, grab a strap. Palms at your sacrum, roll the shoulders back, and then hug the elbows together. So again, we isolate that movement. Lift the breastbone, look up. Maybe you stay here. If it's all right, you could straighten the arms and reach into the back wall. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Maybe lift the gaze. And breathe here. Relax the neck. And let it go. Release the hands. Good, and then we'll make our way into shoulder stand. So go ahead and grab your blankets or your towels, 2 or 3 preferably. We'll take them to the front of the mat. And I like a little space so my head isn't on the floor. So maybe draw it back just a little bit so you have some mat. And we'll take the folded edge toward the front of the mat. And we want it nice and clean. So the clean lines, so nothing's folded or everything's smoothed out. There's no little bumps. So we'll take a few bridge poses and lay on down. Lay on down on the mat or on the blankets, I should say. So the shoulders are on the blankets. And a good way to indicate if you're in the correct position, take your thumbs and place the thumbs right on the tops of the shoulders. You should have a thumb's distance of blanket. And once you have that, go ahead, take the hands alongside the hips, bend the knees, walk the feet in. And we'll do a few bridge poses. Press into the feet, inhale, lift the hips. Roll the shoulder heads underneath the back. Good, maybe you stay here. If you have an interlace, go ahead and interlace the hands. Just keep rolling the shoulder heads under so we get a little coil of the chest. Good, and don't move the neck around here. We want to keep the gaze toward the ceiling. And exhale, release the clasp of the hands. Take a moment. Animals really like shoulder stand apparently, and yoga in general. So this will be a little challenging. If you have a dog in your way, just be mindful. Press into the feet, lift the hips, roll the shoulders underneath. And if you want to find an interlace the hands. Rumi. This is dog yoga. If you didn't know this was a dog tutorial. Try not to move the neck, as amusing as this is. And exhale, lower hips, release the hands, and take a moment. Good, I'm sorry, honey, I'm gonna have to move you. All right, we'll make our way into shoulder stand. Excuse me, Rumi. So take the hands alongside the hips. We're gonna take a plow pose. My dog is really in the way. Rumi, honey. So press into the hands, and then we'll take a plow pose, lift the hips over the head. And then roll the shoulder heads underneath. So we want to get the shoulders underneath the body as much as we can. And this could be a soft plow. You could bend the knees, interlace the hands, and roll the shoulders underneath again. Once you get the shoulders underneath the back, take the hands as far up the back as you can. And we want to squeeze the elbows in together here. And walk the hands up the back as much as you can. And then maybe lift one leg to the sky. And then once you feel nice and stable, lift the other leg. And keep walking the hands up the back. Root the upper arms down into the mat. And we want to lengthen the tailbone up toward the sky. And then again, don't move the neck around, spread the toes. Just keep walking the hands up the back. Shoulders together, elbows together. Good. And you can stay in this pose for as long as you'd like. Inversions are really nice to hold. They promote circulation in the body. Also change your perspective. If you want to play around, maybe bend the knees, maybe take the legs apart. You can play around here. Just be mindful of what's around you. And then to come on out, release the hands away from the back. Take a plow pose. And then slowly lower the hips down to the mat. And we'll take a soft fish pose for a counter. So shrug the shoulders, just shimmy the shoulders off the blanket. And then when the shoulders are off the blanket, take your arms into cactus arms, straighten the legs, and just have a soft fish pose. For those of you not using any blankets at home, go ahead and take the hands underneath the back and take a normal fish pose, coming to the top of the crown of the head. Good. So I hope that was helpful, at least somewhat. I know these online tutorials are not the same as being in a studio, but we make do. So feel free to, start and stop the video, pause it, rewind, go back. Um, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Feel free to check us out at urbanyoga.org. We got lots of classes going on throughout the week. Also, our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and you can follow us for all the videos and upcoming excitement going on, and as well as park yoga in the park that will be live every Thursday through Sunday. I'll be teaching on Saturdays in the park, so feel free to come out and join us. Thank you.